What's going on, everybody? Robbie here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Masterpiece 35 Grapple. Now, this is a fairly substantial retool of Masterpiece Inferno. Of course, Grapple here is a crane truck, and you see him in his lovely standard orangey yellow. Very nice. And on the sides, we've got some more images of him as well. And of course back and everything like that. Get a nice image of his vehicle mode. My box is a little crunched. Meh. And on the back you can see some of his accessories as well as, you know, some of his features. So you can see we've got the crane arm here. There's some details about the vehicle, which I will zoom in so you guys can read that should you so desire. And you can see the extension of the crane. It's got a little bucket. It's got a grabby arm claw thing. And of course you've got a nice chromed hose nozzle or hose hand nozzle, I guess. And it just shows the different accessories that he comes with. His little solar tower, little torch thing to build the solar tower, some instructions on how to build the solar tower, and just shows, you know, profile and back view of the figure, as well as the different head options. So you can see you do get an entirely different colored helmet, as well as some different faces to put on your Grapple. Here's just a list of all the accessories down here, and of course a comparison shot with MP-10, Wheeljack, and himself here. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy opened up, and we're going to check him out right now. Alright guys, so here we have Masterpiece Grapple, but we're going to very quickly take a peek at his paraphernalia first. So he does come with a collector card, which is here, and it's lovely. You know, it's got a picture of Grapple on it. Grapple, as you'd expect. And then on the back here we have his stats, all in Japanese, which is very strange, because, you know, Beast Wars Cheetor here has his in Japanese and English. Maybe this is because Beast Wars is more, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. So here are his stats: robot mode, vehicle mode, blah 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 blah. You guys know the drill by now. He also comes with this lovely instruction sheet. Look at this: crane, grapple, etc., 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 yada yada. Strength. Okay, so here we have all of his stuff in English. Strength 8, intelligence 8, speed 3, endurance 4, rank 7, courage, blah 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 blah. You know, all that good stuff. It's got some bits and bobs about where to store all of his goodies in his various modes. You can stick his gun on his butt. You can stick his gun in his vehicle mode, etc., etc. Yeah, all that good stuff. Shows you all the different attachments. His solar tower thing. His tool. And then, of course, the instructions for transformation, which is, you know, great. Cool. So there's that. He also has this little guy here, which is a nice blueprint for his solar tower. It's paper. I would have liked maybe something laminated, because this is literally just paper. So be very careful with this. So we'll just put that off to the side. And here is Grapple, his very self. So as you can see, he is a nicely retooled version of Masterpiece Inferno. And just quickly we'll show him off with Inferno here. You guys can kind of see what's going on. You know, there are different molded parts here, different details molded in. This guy's a little more flat, but he's got, you know, some cool stuff molded back here. He's actually got a little bit shorter, I feel, on these back pieces. Yeah, so the back pieces on Inferno are a little bit longer, which is cool, but at the same time kind of a bummer, because it does mean that you can't actually have Grapple's nozzle hand out when in vehicle mode, because it will get blocked by all the stuff in here, because this is quite different than Inferno. If you're used to Inferno, you're used to how he transforms. This transformation on Grapple is going to actually be a little bit different, which is cool in my opinion. But you can see from the front, they are basically, exactly the same. And then from the other side, of course, from the back, they are a little bit different for the back. Again, due to that difference in transformation. So we'll just put Inferno off to the side here. Take a quick peek at Grapple's vehicle mode. Again, it does roll very nicely. You do have the pop-out supports here. There you go, so you can have them be supported. He does have a crane arm that does lift. It's got a little piston here, and you can extend it out that far and stick it in that far, and little hook can wobble a little bit. Now the whole gimmick with this is that let's move this guy back a little bit. You can actually pop this off here. It's a little crane bit, and replace it with a shovel. Just pops right back in like this, and so you can do stuff with the shovel if you want to. Or he also has this oops, my goodness, Rob, you are having a you're just fancy today is what you are. It's very stiff is basically the problem there. So you got that guy, and you can have the grabber arm. It turns around, it twists on this axis, and it can close up and grab things just like that. So that's pretty cool. You have to have the standard hook installed in order to transform this guy though. So we'll just pop that out, pop the hook back in. There you go. So you got that going on. And that's pretty cool. You can bend it here if you really wanted to, for whatever reason. Now, just like Inferno, this guy does come with a spare front end for the vehicle mode. It is a kind of flat, well, a little bit metallic, a little pearlized gray instead of the, the very chromed out silver front. And that's to be closer, I guess, to the animation model. It doesn't really do anything for me personally. I don't think it really matches the rest of the vehicle when it's on there, and it just looks very, very plain. And I may be in the minority here, but I think for the most part the animation in the cartoon kind of sucked. So that's just me though. All right, so you can actually lift this panel up like so. And he does have his gun stored back here in his vehicle mode. You can pop that out. It's a little hard to get to, because it does actually kind of see there's on the other side there's a little square hole there, and just pops the handle of the gun into that. But you can also plug it into the top of his vehicle mode so you can drive down the street, causing all sorts of chaos here. And that's fine, but we don't really need to worry about that. So right now we'll just close that guy right up. And obviously it does not move side to side because you've got all this stuff that is required for transformation, so they couldn't really afford extra articulation, I guess is basically what I'm saying. There just wasn't enough room for it. So you got that going on. Another accessory is this little solar tower. It's cute. It's got stuff going on, it's a little solar panels. It's got a little disco ball that, pops out and floats around, I guess. So that's neat. Yeah, so you got that going on. All right, let's transform this guy into robot mode, shall we? All right, guys, so let's transform this guy into robot mode. The first thing we want to do is collapse this like so. And then we're going to bring this whole piece down just like that. All right, simple enough, right? Got his gun, just put that off to the side for now and not worry about it. So very much like Inferno, we're just going to come back here, open these panels up, but unlike Inferno, we're actually going to come to the back of the crane here. I'm going to lift up these panels Okay, and then these panels as well. And now something crazy is going to happen. So this whole piece is just going to unpeg like that and move forward. And now we've just got this crazy empty space back here. I don't know what to do with it. I'm already intimidated. All right, so what we're going to do is just like Inferno, I'm going to come back here, pop these wheels out and out to the side like that. Fold these bits in like that. And bring this whole section down like this. Well, you can move the arms out of the way, make it a little easier on yourself. So let's do the legs first. How about that? So we're going to come back here. You can see we have these panels. We're going to fold them out actually and fold these bits down. So that's kind of a new trick there. And we'll fold them out back to the sides here for now. We do have to split the legs like so, and you can see these bits are going to stay on the legs, which is kind of weird, right? Again, it's only weird if you have Inferno. If you're not familiar with how Inferno works, then this is not going to really apply. So we're going to fold these panels back, just flap them. Just flap them. And now we're going to come around here. And we got the feet kind of going. We're going to fold these feet down. And do the same on the other side. Just fold the feet down. Just like that. And now this stuff is actually going to fold up. Just like that. We're going to fold it. And then this whole bit is going to come up and over like that onto the back of the leg. And that's going to create that. Now this piece does swivel, weirdly. I don't really know why. But it locks nice into place, just like so, on that. So we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Fold this all off to the side here. Collapse it down, and then make sure it's all pegged in, just like that. So there you go. And now you can do the feet as normal. Just fold it under, flip the flaps, and then bring these pieces down. Oop, not quite that one, but you know what I mean. Down like that and collapse them. It might be a little tricky because, at least on mine, this panel gets a little bit in the way, so you gotta kind of scooch it. You just gotta scooch it a little. We'll bring this one down, do the same thing. We'll see how much I have to scooch. Not too bad. Not too bad. There you go. And now we'll pop these little circles out just like that. Just like that. Wish they had kind of a locking point, but not quite. And that's basically the legs done. So we don't have to worry about those for right now. So let's focus on the upper body here. So we're gonna get this out of the way. And actually, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take this back panel. We're just gonna twist it around like that. So make sure that's done, and then you got that kind of out of the way. You don't have to worry about that for now. So we're gonna unhook these top bits from the cab, just like so, just like that. And now we've got our head that we're gonna fold this flat back, bring the head up, turn it around, and now we're gonna take this piece and fold this back just like that. And there's another flat back here that we're gonna bring back and just have out like so. And we're gonna fold these, or rotate these, I should say, just like that. Do the same on the other side. Hopefully, you know, in theory, these are all working theories I have. You know, they're all might be crazy. All right, now the arms, I'm just gonna take, swing down and back up, and then plug them right into place. Just like that. And on the other side, swing this down and back up and just plug it into place. There you have the arms. Pretty much done there. Alright, so now it's a matter of accordioning everything together. So we're just bringing this front end up, folding it together just like that. Not yet. Alright, so now here's where we take this piece and we're going to fold this over, and it can be a little hard, especially if you don't have this pushed in all the way. Make sure that's pushed in all the way. And then you should be able to fold this guy in, and just like everything else, kind of accordion it. That goes in like that. The piston gets pushed in, and then this whole deal kind of collapses down onto all of this stuff. And you should be able to push this down over it and it'll just snap into place. If that doesn't work, you've got something kind of out of alignment here, so you just got to make sure that's all kind of copacetic and happy. And then that's pretty much all you need. You can take the wheels here, and they do fold in and sort of kind of lock into place very, very lightly. Light lock. And then, bam, son, you done. You got yourself a grapple. Congratulations. So, yeah, here is Masterpiece Grapple. And very much like Inferno, he's got a lot of stuff. So we'll check that out right now. So the first thing he's got is, of course, the solar tower. And it's got a little tab on here. And what you want to do with this guy, you want to break his arm off. And don't think by this video that his limbs do not hold together. This is a nice solid connection. It's just the fact that on mine, at least, his bicep swivel is ridiculously tight. So until that loosens up, these are probably going to pop out a little bit. But, you know, that's just the way it is, and I'm just glad he's got such, you know, tight joints elsewhere. So, yeah, there's that. So you want to open his hand up, and instead of putting this into the normal slot, you're actually going to slot it into the little mushroom peg bit there on his hand. If I can actually get this to work, I'll be very pleased with myself. I mean, I know that this is what it's. I know that's what it's for. I'm not crazy, I swear. Might be a little paint stuck here. Nah, there we go. We got it. We got it. Sorry about that, guys. So just had to get the angle of the dangle a little bit there. So he can hold his solar tower, which is neat. He can, of course, hold his little weapon. You just push right into his hand, and he can hold that, or you could do it the correct way. Push it into his hand, close his fingers a little bit, and then get that going. He still has a little bit of a hard time keeping this thing closed, which I'm not thrilled with. Inferno has the same problem on my version. But he can hold his gun just fine. And of course, because he's Inferno's opposite, I guess, he does have his little nozzle on the opposite hand. And you can swing this around and close that up. And there is the nozzle. You do get a chromed nozzle, just like on Inferno. But I think for myself, I'm going to try and just keep it a little bit different and probably use this kind of gunmetal metallic nozzle instead, just to kind of differentiate the two a little bit more. You know, I just like it a little bit. You know, this seems more like it would fire cement, whereas, you know, Inferno's looks like it would fire water or something. So let's pop this out now. And he also has this little tiny tool for whatever. And this guy goes in his hand, you know. It doesn't quite fit in the way you would think one of these ought to. It just kind of, yeah, he just kind of holds it. It just kind of chills there. It doesn't really stay. But you can, oh my goodness, with this, you're gonna make me look bad. I do that well enough on my own, pal. I don't need your help. I don't need your help. You can actually open this guy up, and you see there is this little slot here where this little tiny tab is supposed to actually tab in, just like that. And now he can hold this in his forearm, which is kind of nice. It gets it out of the way, makes it so hopefully you don't lose it quite as easily, because it is small and does not really stay in his hand all that well. And just like Inferno, he does have the head changing gimmick, like so. So he comes pre-installed with this helmet, which is a nice. It's nice, and it's painted up just like the rest of his body. His head fell off. That's fine. We'll get to that in a minute. You know, it does look very, very nice, very nicely painted. But you know, for me, I just think like it makes his head kind of get lost in the rest of his body. He just looks a little bit too much orange, safety orange over here. So I am going to opt for the more. I think this is more along the lines of the toy kind of head helmet thing. So I'm gonna go with that just because I like the way that it kind of breaks up the color a little bit. So that's gonna be my option. But he does also have a couple of different faces, which we'll get into here. So we'll just zoom in a little bit. So he's got that face. He also has a stern face, but yeah, we'll just change it out. Fine, whatever. Whatever, man. He also has this stern face. It just doesn't have the lines. It's a little more mushy looking. So you can see this one's more like toy. This one's more like cartoon. And he's got kind of a cartoon yelling face. And a toy-ish smiling face. So that's pretty cool. But I think I'm going straight, you know, straight on all the way toy with this guy. Cause it's a toy. I don't know. That's not really an answer. It's not really a good answer anyway. But yeah. So articulation is ducky. Let's zoom this out here. Articulation, he can rotate his head here. He can rotate his head here, as you saw before, with the exception of when, you know, you get everything all at once, which you should not try to do. And again, it's just because his neck joint is super, super stiff. Like even when it's got nothing on it to fall off, it's still just giving me a hard time. So that should loosen up a little bit, but this could stand. The helmet could stand to be a little bit tighter on there. You can bring his head down if you really want to, so you can look down at people. You can go, "What's going on down there, man? I don't understand that." So yeah, you got some articulation in the head there. He does have the nice ratcheting shoulders and arms like that. He's got super stiff bicep swivels. He's got super stiff elbows. He does have a waist swivel, but it is impeded by this little butt flap here. This can be moved out of the way to get a little bit more swivel in the jivel there. The wheels do want to kind of go. They just kind of want to float, which is a little bit weird, honestly. But you know, they stay out of the way for the most part, and it's fine. Oh, I forgot to. You can also bring these down to kind of fill that in just a little bit. Not that you really need it. The legs. Oops. Legs go up fairly decently for a guy this size and this just body type, I guess. that's about what you want. The knees are decent, you know, knees get some good bend. They're not really impeded by the extra stuff on the back of the leg there, which is cool. He does have an ab crunch, which allows him to get some more motion out of his waist there. That's pretty cool. He gets an ab crunch, so you look down at, say, you know, I don't know, Rocket Raccoon. Hey, Rocket Raccoon. So you got that going on. That's pretty cool. And yeah, just overall, like, he's really nice looking. Also, one thing to kind of note here, this whole flap area is on like a separate pivot, so you can actually get a little bit maybe more leg if you move this pivot all the way back, and then, you know, you get a little bit more back like that. So you got that going on. Quick size comparison, because, you know, why not? Or just comparison in general, I guess. Here he is with his buddy Inferno. And honestly, I know it's going to sound crazy, but Inferno actually seems a little bit bigger. Inferno is a little taller at the head. This guy's a little taller at the head box, but this guy is just a smidge taller at the head, and honestly, seems to be, I don't know, you know, just yeah, no, he's definitely even a little taller at the shoulders, which is kind of crazy, and I'm not entirely sure, you know, what's causing that. But I absolutely love it. That's great. I mean, there's even a slight size difference between the two. So you can even see where this guy's chest is just a hair taller. But I think it's mostly that, you know, whatever they did to do the transformation just made his arms just go up a little higher. Like, it seems like his shoulders are just a little higher. And, you know, that's kind of cool. I do like that. You can see there is difference in the sculpts here on the flaps and the feet. Can't really see the feet, I guess, but now you can kind of see the feet. And obviously both have very nice clean robot modes, front and back. You can see all the junk is stored away nicely. So yeah, I think they did a really nice job again. I really do like Inferno, and you know, I like Grapple just as much. So very, very cool. And here is Grapple with Wheeljack, just kind of get them all in there. So yeah, another really solid Masterpiece Transformer from Takara Tomy. Very, very happy to have it. So yeah, excited about that. Very excited about Megatron coming down the line. He should be releasing pretty soon, actually. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be back with more Transformers real soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.